Hello, my little lambs. It's me, Phoebe, and I am making another video on Eden because I love her so much, and she's living in my head rent free. And you are currently watching me design her hero suit when she's poltergeist. And yes, I will be continuing to talk about Eden because she's baby, and I love her so much, and she deserves the world. Anyways. So Eden, I realized in the last video I didn't really talk about her personality like that. I just kind of gave you guys like her past, like why she does what she does, and you guys didn't really get much personality other than like when she's in a courtroom and I said that she was like Raphael Barba and Alex Cabot in the courtroom. So yes. But I imagine her to be well, whatever, she is but she's technically a part of my imagination, so we're not gonna get into it. Literally, I like what I was thinking for her was like, okay, in a courtroom she's Raphael Barba and she's Alex Cabot, like combined in one in a courtroom. Outside of the courtroom, in her law firm, in the law firm she works for, she is literally Miranda Priestley. Like, to be honest, she's kind of feared as a lawyer because she practices like criminal law, and in Gotham there's a lot of criminals, and she goes after them with no fear. She does not give a fuck. Like that one time that Raphael Barba invited that one bitch to his house so that he could get killed. She does the exact same thing to every single person that threatens her. She's like, okay, come on, go ahead and do it. As if she doesn't have a shotgun and a 38 and her dad's army knife that she keeps polished, and as if she doesn't go to the shooting range every single Saturday for fun. So yes. So she's very much like a try me bitch, like very much like she's very ready. There's like a word for it. Like she's about that life. And I have her like in my head like as getting into like multiple fights in school because of like I could just imagine her fighting for fighting for somebody. Like if someone's getting bullied, she's not the type of person to let that shit slide. She will go up to that person and beat their ass or verbally argue with them. She loves arguing. It's why she became a lawyer. She loves to argue. She loves it. Especially in a courtroom. And when she has to force herself to be professional, that's her greatest challenge yet. So she loves what she does. She loves it. And she doesn't want to give it up. Ever. As tedious and as grueling and as life-draining it could be, she does not want to give that up. Because in the end, her ultimate goal is to become Gotham's district attorney. So that she could better Gotham in some aspects. And I think that Bruce would respect her for that. Bruce would absolutely respect her for fighting justice on the inside and the outside. In little ways that she can, because mainly she does criminal law. She doesn't really do any other types of law, unless she is asked to or requested to. Again, I'm not a lawyer, so I don't really know how it works. But I could just imagine her criminal law is her main thing, and then the others are just kind of side quests, if you get what I mean. That's the main quest, and then those are the side quests. And she'll study for them, and she'll when you contact Eden to defend you, to cover your case, to prosecute for you, whatever it may be, she's going for it. Now she's a prosecutor. Yes, she's an attorney, but she is a prosecutor mainly, especially with criminal law. She is always going against let's say the Marconi family, let's say the Falcone family, let's say whatever. She doesn't give a fuck. She's like, oh, you got a name, you got a big name here? Oh wow, so fancy, so nice. She doesn't give a fuck. And you can't bribe her for nothing, because in her head she already has everything she needs. Like, she's that type of person. Like, okay, so her father left the ranch, everything else in his name, everything else that was his was now hers, like I said in the last video. So everything that is now that was his is now hers. So she has that ranch to retire to. Like, her ultimate goal in the end is when she becomes Gotham's district attorney, and then she like turns Gotham around, hopefully. Like, that's like her biggest hope. Like, that's her plan. And you know, there's gonna be people trying to get into her way, people who become the district attorney instead of her, you know, stuff like that. I don't want her to get that goal so easily, because I feel like if everyone was weak, then she could. But you know, whatever. But you know, like, everybody's trying to get into her way. Everybody's, you know, in Gotham, it's always about like just crime and stuff like that, and it's just kind of like people are getting into her way, and it's always like the what is it, like, the corrupt system there in Gotham is specifically getting in her way, and she's trying to better it so that she can't be corrupted, and she refuses to be. She absolutely refuses to be. Her resolve is so strong. It's like that of a soldier, because at one point she wanted to be a soldier, and I told you guys this in the last video. And I love Eden so much. Like, I guess she's like what I aspire to be. She's my baby girl. And maybe if I don't know how long this video will possibly be, because the last one was like an hour long, and if this video is like an hour long, I don't know how long like the speed paint will be, but maybe I'll do like some expressions and stuff like that of Eden. Maybe like draw her in like different scenarios, like how she would dress at work and versus like casually, you know, just so you guys get like a better idea of how she dresses and stuff like that. And then I was thinking of redrawing Bruce in the last video. I wasn't entirely happy with his with my design for him, so I might just kind of rework it a little bit. I don't know, something about it was just kind of like, I finished it, I did it because I was like, okay, I've been working on this for so long, I just need to fucking finish it. But now it's just kind of like, I look at my Bruce design, and I'm kind of like, don't like it. So I'm gonna try a different reiteration of Bruce. So yeah. But yes. And as for like Eden and Bruce's like love story, because that's I don't want to say I specifically made her for Bruce, but I guess in a way I kind of did. Like, I told you guys, like, she was originally going to be for John Constantine, and in my head they're kind of like still exes. I don't like, maybe they had like a fling or something, you know, like a little like romantic kind of back and forth going on, but nothing really ever came of it because we know Constantine. And one thing about Eden is that she really doesn't like, after like her failed relationships with like her 3 serious relationships, because she's had like flings and stuff, but she's like 3 serious relationships. Like, she's had one with a socialite of Gotham who's like very well known. She had one with a cop that she technically works with, and a lesbian that just essentially like kind of just like broke her heart. Well, we could say that the older woman was also a lesbian too, and then so she dated 2 lesbians, and because I said so, because I'm a lesbian and I said so she dated 2 lesbians, and then she dated a guy, because Eden is pansexual, which I also said in the last video. Like, she doesn't care. Like, if she loves you, she loves you, but she doesn't really like believe in love like that after relationships like those. And the detective that she had a relationship with, his name in my mind is Vincent Blackwood. I know, very fancy name. Vincent Blackwood. And he's one of the detectives that she works with. And their relationship was kind of, it was a little bit rocky, but it was ultimately like a good chaotic relationship. But it just like, essentially it just took a lot out of Eden, especially like keeping her secrets, and then him like just constantly wanting to see her and stuff. It was very much kind of like, I don't know. Like, I was thinking about this like last night on my way home from work. Like, literally, like, I feel like why their relationship would end was just kind of like, kind of like an argument, and then they, you know, they make up, but they don't get back together. You know, essentially, like, they get into an argument and stuff. I would say, like, about like morals, stuff like that, essentially. Like, Eden is not the type to have, like, petty disagreements, even though sometimes she does. She's not that type. Like, if you're gonna get into a fight over something petty, she's gonna tell you, like, she's gonna, like, calm you down, and she's gonna tell you, like, hey, like, this is not that serious, and, like, just, you know, like, it could be serious to you in that moment, and she'll understand that. She'll get it 100%, but she'll just kind of, like, essentially, like, tell you how it is and give you, like, facts, rather than get emotional. But her fight with Vincent was logical at first, and then it became emotional. And like I told you guys, like, she's very good at compartmentalizing. Compartmentalizing. So she, yeah, I want her to learn that as she, like, grows up, especially, like, with her dad and stuff, like, teaching her how to do that, because, you know, like, she doesn't want to like, reveal all her cards, you know, if that makes sense. She doesn't want to reveal all of them, and she never does. And sure, Eden will have her moments. I don't want her to be, like, perfect, like, all the time. Like, I don't want her to be, like, that Mary Sue level. Like, she's just very, like, Eden's just very blunt. Like, she's just very blunt. She's honest, and, like, like, she'll be sassy. She can be a sassy girl. And especially in a courtroom. Like, I'm telling you, like, she's like Raphael Barba. Like, I'm telling you, dude. And, like, Alex Cabot. I love them so much. Casey Novak, a little bit, but not so much. Like, I'm thinking of all the ADAs from, like, SEU, because, like, that's the show I watch with, like, that's the only show I've seen with, like, lawyers and stuff. Like, we can count Desperate Housewives, but, you know, I you know. But it didn't really show much of, like, lawyerness, if that makes sense. I forgot which of the gay couple, what their names were. I forgot. I think one of them is Bob, and then I forgot the other one. One of them is a lawyer, and we only really get to, like, see that a little bit when he's defending one of the main cast members or whatever the fuck. So we didn't really get to see much of that. So forgive me if my knowledge of lawyers is not that is not that high. I promise I'm gonna learn for Eden as I go, because I do want her to be I want it to be accurately represented as much as I can. Like, that's one thing about me with writing, is I want it to be as accurate as possible. Like, I am technically writing a fan fiction with Eden in Smallville. Now that's gonna be something, because like, and she's not gonna be Clark's love interest. No. They're gonna have a sibling relationship, sort of like, it's like platonic in every sense. Like, it's never gonna be like, well, I can't say never, because I might have, like, Clark have some, like, romantic attraction to her, but she doesn't have any for him. Like, at least some, you know, but not enough to, like, for him to be like, let's be together. No. It's gonna be like, you know, he was attracted to her at some point, and then, you know, it became sibling. It's like platonic. It's kind of like, it's very much that. But yes, it'll be very interesting. And I guess I want her to be with Oliver in that show, but I haven't. I still need to watch past season 3. I know, guys. I know. I'm trying to get past it. I'm trying, especially since I gave myself a lot more free time. No, I did not quit my job. No. I just, I guess you could say I cut off an addiction that I had. And it's not to weed. Still do weed. It's something, it was something else. And no, it's not the GOON word. It's not that. It's just something else like I did. I'm like, I feel like I'm digging myself further into a hole. I'm so sorry. But yes, I just gave myself a lot more free time because of an addiction to something. So, there we go. I might make a separate video on that whole matter, but yes. Let's see. Where was I? But yes, I'm gonna write a Smallville fanfiction with Eden. because I feel like she'd be a great addition to that, and I need someone to tell Clark to get his ass up. Anyways. And then but yes, I also do want to write Eden's story with like Bruce and everything like that. Because I don't know, I have the story in my head and I want to just write it, because I I don't want to say I'm not like a great artist, because lately I've been loving my work and loving what I do, and especially with all the support from all my redesign videos, it's giving me like a sort of like confidence. So I can't really say that I'm not a great artist, but it's more so that I just can't really draw comics. And like I could practice. I could essentially just like draw it, but I don't have that time. I don't have that time. If I was an artist full time, then hell yeah, I'd go for it, but I'm not. I I guess like if everything was perfect, I would love to be an artist, solely just an artist. But you know, realistically, I have to think realistically. I would love to just work at a family coffee shop and then literally draw. That's literally what I want to do. I want to quit Mermaid's Coffee so bad, but you know, I'm not making money from this yet, and I want to. I want to have that small income from here, and then income from the other job. Anyways, back to Eden. But yes, I do want to write her story with Bruce. And one thing about Eden and Bruce is I kind of want them to have like an understanding relationship. Like, and I want it to be like a slow, like a slow burn. Like, like you guys want them to be together so bad because they have like I guess like essentially I like Eden was made for Bruce, at least in my head. Like I want them to have that understanding, and I want them to better each other. Like I love Bruce and Talia, and I love Bruce and Selena. Don't get me wrong, like I love those ships. I love them. Like I'm never gonna put down Selena or Talia because I'm like I love them both so much. And what Talia, I believe this is retconned. What Talia did to Bruce, I believe that was retconned. I believe. So, correct me if I'm wrong on that. Anybody who's a comic nerd, but please correct me on that if I am wrong. But yeah, I love the ships, and I guess I just I want him to have a stable relationship with someone who can understand him inside and out and won't try to change him. Like Eden will tell him like when enough is enough, essentially. Like if he's overworking himself, she tries to stop him. Like she tries, like don't, like she's not gonna like completely like force him, like grab him by his fucking neck and just like, all right, get to bed. No, she's gonna tell him, hey, like you've done enough, go get some sleep. And if he doesn't, then that's essentially like on him. She wants Bruce to be responsible for himself. She does not want to baby him. She does not want to do any of that. She as much as she would like to, but she doesn't like tell him that. Like she tells him, like at first it's like they become partners. So it's like a partnership, then it's like companionship, then it's friendship, and then it's a slow burn to their romantic relationship. But she's gonna tell him how it is every single time. Like she's never gonna sugarcoat anything. She's never gonna do any of that. Like she'll tell him how it is. And secrets? What secrets? Like, sure, Eden will keep some things to herself private, and she'll tell Bruce that they're private. No matter how much he wants to know, she's not gonna tell him until she's been given permission to. Because in my head, in my mind, with the whole Project Phantasm and how they were and how she's slowly dismantling it, and the portal to essentially like the phantom realm that she can visit whenever she pleases, that she can open a portal to, she essentially keeps that a secret, which is what she agreed to. And she can be vague about it. Like, she can be like, I have friends who can do this. They're ghosts from that specific realm. And I essentially want it to be like that. Like, just kind of like, she can't tell anyone about it because, like, the whole thing with Project Phantasm is that there's still people who know about the Phantom Realm. And she wants nobody to remember that. She wants nobody to discover it because she's trying to keep it safe. Like, that's like, sure, she protects Gotham, but her main focus is on the Phantom Realm and protecting it with her whole life. Like she agreed to be its protector, to be everything it needed to be. And she can visit it anytime she wants. And she has friends in there. She has so many friends. And she has so many mentors in there. Because in my head as well, I want her to be, like, trained to fight. Like, I could say I want her on, like, Lady Shiva's level. Jesus Christ, that was hard to say for no reason. But it's not really, like, of course she's not gonna be, like, the most perfect fighter. I don't want her to be, you know. I just want Eden to be smart. Like, I want her to think, like, as she's fighting. Like, I want her to plan. I need her to be coordinated, is what I mean. You know what I mean? And she was like I was thinking, like, she was just trained by solely, I low-key just want her to be trained solely by women, but it's, that's not realistic. And I want her to be trained by, like, let's say that the Phantom Realm had, like, this is gonna be so hard to explain because I don't remember the name of this women gang in India who wear pink saris. I'm gonna look that up real quick. Sorry, give me just a second. The Gulabi gang in India. There we go. I want her to be trained by a member who's in the Phantom Realm from that. Like, stuff like that. Like girl gangs and sisterhood, just, like, I don't know. Like, that's like that in my ideal world, but it's like, I guess it could be, but no, I want her to be trained, like, let's say, like, soldiers from, like, 1920. Like, I want her to be taught tactics and, like, fight using different weapons, because I want her to have, like, a weapon proficiency is my thing. Like, sure, she can square up, but I want her to have, like, these weapons on deck. And you want to know how I'm gonna have all those weapons? Because she can manipulate ectoplasm. There we go. And she's gonna use ectoplasm to create these weapons. Like, she's not gonna bring her dad's army knife to a fight. No. She doesn't want to lose that. She doesn't want to break it. She wants to keep that safe until she actually needs it for her civilian life. So she makes one out of ectoplasm. She makes, like, a bow staff out of ectoplasm, nunchucks, anything she needs, dude. And anything silly, like a baseball bat. Like, oh my god. Like, I just have an image in my head of, like, Eden, like, throwing up, like, a ball made of ectoplasm and then using a bat also made of ectoplasm. She just, like, absolutely mollywop somebody, And I very much love Eden, as you guys can tell. I'm, like, thinking so much about, like, her character and stuff. Like, I'm just like, oh, she lives in my head rent free. Like, literally, I just, like, think about her, like, constantly, and I think about, like, if she ever became, like, canon in the DC universe. I just want so many edits made of her, like edits made of her and Bruce, and their slow relationship, and everybody would just be like, ah! Like, that's essentially, like, my plans. But yeah, I just want her to be weapon proficient, and I want her to fight well, not perfect, not like how Bruce is probably, like, the best fighter of the DC universe, but I would say it's Lady Shiva, especially if she can, like, she has an ability to, I think, predict, like, your next move or something like that. I don't know if I'm explaining that well. But yes, I don't want her to be like the most perfect fighter. I just want her to fight and, beat somebody's ass. Like, I just want her to be a good fighter, not like the most perfect fighter, but a good fighter. Like, she can put up a good fight. There we go. And low-key, I was also thinking, like, maybe she has, like, a little fling with Kate Kane. I don't know. I've been falling in love with Kate. So, and, it could kind of work. It could kind of work to have, like, a little fling there. Maybe it could be, like, before she realizes her feelings for Bruce and something like that she has a little fling with Kate. But it's not a full-blown relationship. Like, sure, like, they slept together probably, like, once or twice or something like that. But, like, it was never a relationship because, like, they, like, with Eden, like, she's, like, a very much, like, okay, this is how it's gonna be. We're literally just gonna sleep together and we're gonna be friends. Not friends with benefits. They'll still have some platonic feelings towards each other. But it's not gonna be girlfriend and girlfriend. Like, that's how Eden is. Like, she'll very much, like, tell you how she wants it in a relationship, and she'll tell you, like, what it is. And so she does. I want them to have, like, a little fling, at least a little bit. And once she realizes her feelings for Bruce, she'll, like, tell Kate and, like, freak out over it, and then Kate is gonna be like, bro, like, I don't know. I want them to have, like, a good friendship to sort of, fall back on, like, after Eden realizes her feelings for Bruce. And she'll hide it. Like, especially if, like, because she doesn't know if Bruce will ever love her back. She doesn't know. And she doesn't want to tell him to quote unquote, like, embarrass herself or, like, change the dynamic between them and stuff like that. She wants to be treated normally, and if Bruce ever does, like, she's a confident person. Like, she's told her previous relationships that she has romantic feelings for them, but this one's different because this is, like, a partnership, it's a companionship, and it's a friendship. Like, all three all in one, and she doesn't not want to ruin that because she has, like, romantic feelings. Like, this is work to her as well. Like, that's also her job, and she doesn't want to compromise that by any means. And if Bruce so happens to return her feelings, then, by all means, he'll have to be the one to reveal that because she won't reveal it. And she has a strong resolve. Like, also, I was thinking, like, how like, when Bruce is, like, patrolling and stuff and he's, like, fighting somebody, and then somebody from, like, the Bat family, like, just kind of, like, jumps in and, like, helps him, and he's like, oh, I don't need help. Eden's not like that. She'll low-key just watch from the side and just be like, yep, he's got it. And if it truly doesn't have it, then she'll join in. Like, only it's when it's, like, truly, like, she doesn't want to, like, come in, be all cocky, and just, invade his space. Like, she knows him well enough to give him his space when he needs it. But yeah, she'll give Bruce the space if he needs it. Because I don't want her to be, like, I don't want Bruce to be babied at all. Like, sure, Bruce needs, like, I guess, like, an attentive partner, and stuff like that. And she can be. She just knows to give him his space and that he's not, essentially, like, used to a connection like that, So she just gives him his space, and if he absolutely, like, needs her, then she'll be there, like, 100%. Like, what I told you guys about Eden and loyalty, like, she's extremely loyal. Like, she has a group of friends in Gotham that she would absolutely, like, kill for with the opportunity to. Like, she also has a bunch of drag queen friends, which I added for her because I'm like, that, like, and it adds also, like, a sense of protectiveness, and, like, her loyalty is just so strong. Like, any comment that's made towards her drag queen friends or her trans friends, she fights hard for the people she loves. She loves them so much. And sure, it's gotten her into some trouble. She will admit that. But ultimately, she does it for her friends, and they know, her friends know that she'd do anything for them, completely. Like, hell, she'll even defend them in court, and they'll tell her the truth. Like they'll tell her everything, and she'll defend them in court with her life, pretty much. And yeah, she's just very, like, she's very loyal, extremely loyal. Like, especially if one of her friends is in a relationship that she doesn't like, that she doesn't agree with, or if the person's being an asshole, abusive, anything like that, she stands up. She's not gonna be the type like, oh, just leave him. She's gonna make you leave them, and she's gonna protect you with her life. Oh, the ex-boyfriend's threatening you? Bitch, I have a shotgun. She has a shotgun underneath her bed. She has the 38 under her pillow. You don't want Eden. You don't want the smoke. She's loyal, is all I have to say. She's extremely loyal to every person she loves and every person she cares for. Like, and she knows her boundaries. Like, everyone has told her their boundaries, and she respects it 100%. However, if it's something of, like, you know, like destructive in nature towards themselves and everything like that, she's gonna step in. She cares a lot, even though she's very blunt. She's very, like, well, it really depends, because she can be just extremely blunt and everything like that, but she cares a lot. She cares a lot, even though she's not extremely, like, emotional. She cares a lot. Like, Eden, yeah, she'll, like, with her friends, she'll laugh. Like I told you guys, like, she compartmentalizes well. Like, she knows how, like, she acts differently in front of different types of people. It's, you know, like how Bruce acts as Brucey Wayne to the public, and, you know, and then, you know, how he acts as Batman, how he acts as his family. You know, he compartmentalizes well. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Compartmentalize. Jesus Christ, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but you guys know what I mean. Jesus. But she's very much like that, and like, with her friends she can relax. Like, with certain coworkers she can relax. Like, I don't know, I feel like it would make, but yeah, Eden, I feel like she would make more sense if I write her. And I do plan to write her, and I do plan to write her story and stuff, and how her and Bruce meet. You know, how he slowly lets his guard down around her and stuff. Like, I do want to write their story, and I want to change some things that I originally had planned for the story. So we'll see that. And I'll write it on this, like, in my Discord server, I have a section where it says lore, and I'll write it on that same website, which is Quote V. If anybody, dude, that's my bread and butter. I love Quote V. I can't get into AO3. I feel like it's too overstimulating in a sense, like, low-key, with all the tags and stuff, and I just don't understand the website, to be fair. Like, and I'll admit that wholeheartedly. Like, I don't understand. So, but if anyone has some, like, good fanfic recommendations on AO3, please drop them below too. Yeah. Like, any good, like, Bat Family fics, anything good. Like, literally, I would love to read. I would love to get back into fan fiction. Like, I feel like I don't want to lose the H in text. And that's originally, like, where I started and stuff, you know? Okay, so that cut off. Sorry about that. I forgot what I was saying because I accidentally spilled my water. But yes, I don't want to lose the H of text, and I still want to continue reading fanfiction. Like, that's 100%. Like, I just want to continue reading it. But yeah, drop some Bruce fanfics down below. Yeah. And I also wanted to have like a good relationship towards Bruce and his family. Like Kate, I want them to be friends. Dick, I want them to be friendly. Like everybody, I want them to have a good relationship with Eden, and maybe they could like learn some things from her. Like I really just like want her to, I don't want her to be essentially like a part of the Bat family, even though like, in the end she will be. Like in the beginning I want her to be sort of like its companion, like someone that they can rely on, an ally. There we go. Like someone they can rely on if need be. If they absolutely need her, she'll be there. Anyway, so yeah, I want her to have a good relationship with the Bat family. I want her to have a good relationship with anybody else Bruce may be associated with. Because slowly over time she will be integrated into his life. They will know each other in their civilian life. And one thing that I want for them as well is that for their civilian life, I want them to have like a rule where they don't really interact with each other, so that they don't get like rumors and paparazzi surrounding them at all. With Eden, she already gets enough from her work, especially like speaking to the press and stuff like that. And Bruce certainly has enough whenever he goes out in public. So essentially, like at first, it's very much like with their friendship and like companionship and stuff like that. I want them to have like an understanding, like, oh, we won't see each other in our civilian life and stuff like that because of the press and the paparazzi and stuff like that. She very much likes her quiet life and her private life. You know what I mean? Like she only likes the loudness from her friends, and she loves it. Like she'll join in. Oh, and then one thing I forgot to mention, like when Eden is with her friends, like her group of friends, she completely like is like relaxed around them. Like she's kind of like Renee Rapp in that sense, And one thing about Renee Rapp is I know she's a loyal friend. I love that about her. I love Renee Rapp. She's so amazing. I'm gonna be honest. I saw her personality like first before I ever started listening to her music. Now her music, I started listening to it recently, like with like at first it was like the Mean Girls the movie, the musical, and then I started getting into her music slowly but surely, and then Bite Me came out and I was like, ah! Yeah, I love Renee Rapp. I love her. Queen, if you ever see this, love you. I don't know if Renee Rapp would ever see my videos, but I'm a fellow lesbian, so maybe you want to support a fellow lesbian. Yeah, what else can I... But yeah, yeah, I just want Bruce and Eden's relationship to be a good relationship. Like with Bruce's relationships with his other love interests, it's never perfect. A relationship is never ever perfect unless you're Gomez and Morticia Addams. But I want them to complement each other well. I need them to complement each other well. And I would very much like that in their relationship, like I guess like one thing I want to do with them is like, I don't know, I want them to communicate well. Like Eden, she's a communicator, and meanwhile, Bruce doesn't communicate, but she'll communicate in like small ways. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just want them to have like a good relationship, like a better one for Bruce, where his love interest isn't Talia being with the League of Assassins and Selena trying to reform herself, and stuff like that. But Selena, I love her. I love her so dearly. I hold her close to my heart. But yeah, I don't know. I just want someone who's essentially stable for him. Someone he can fight with and someone he can come home to is my thing. Like I want them to have a bond. And and they're technically working together so that they can shut down Project Phantasm together as well. And Eden, at first, when she was doing this, she was very much like, I work alone, like much like Bruce. And because she has worked alone but Eden has worked alone for so long, especially after she moved to Gotham from New Orleans. And she hasn't been her adopted mother's partner, in a while. And she believes and Eden knows that if her adopted mother needs her, she'll call her. Like, Bianca will call her up and just be like, hey, I need your help. And Eden will be there in a heartbeat. And Bianca knows that. And she doesn't want to, like sometimes she'll find herself in a pickle, but she'll get herself out of it because she doesn't want to bother Eden. Like, she does not want to bother her, interrupt her life by any means, and stuff like that. So and she's been working alone for a little bit, and the only person she's used to working with is Bianca. That's the only person she's used to working with. Working with somebody else, it was kind of like nah. And so at first she's like, when Bruce like offers his help, like holding out like a hand to her. At first she like kind of rejects it. She's kind of like, no. And then Bruce kind of like he doesn't like he tells her like she can do this like a better way and blah blah blah. But realistically, Eden's way is so much better because she's getting closer and closer to the source of the person who started this whole thing up, and she's taking down the people as we speak, and she is prosecuting them in her lawyer life and then beating their ass in vigilante life. So very much that. And that's essentially like her whole goal. She wants to shut this whole thing down. She wants people to forget about Project Phantasm and stuff like that, and then never touch that Phantom Realm again. Like, she's gonna protect that with her life. Because as I told you guys in the previous video, like, they wanted to extract the ectoplasm from the ghosts and stuff like that, and use it in their weapons and stuff like that, for the army. And Eden is never gonna allow that to happen, especially when she's made so many friends from the Phantom Realm. Like, it's insane. Eden's loyalty is insane. One thing I forgot to mention about Eden is originally her name was going to be Helena. Her name was originally going to be Helena. But, there's already Helena Bertinelli and then Helena Wayne, who, we kind of see in some comics and stuff when she's, like, canon to the story, but I changed Eden's name to Eden for essentially that reason, because essentially, like, there's already 2 Helenas and there doesn't need to be any more. So Eden. And the reason why she was named Eden, her father named her Eden because when the day that Eden was born, she was the most beautiful thing in his eyes, and she was absolutely beautiful. Like, it's like she was radiating, like, just like goodness, purity, everything like that. Like, she was perfect. She was the like I want him I wanted her father, Hector, to just absolutely like adore his daughter, like very much girl dad, like very much that. And the reason why she was named Eden is because like the Garden of Eden is so beautiful, and she absolutely like just radiated that energy, so that's why she's named Eden. And her middle name Angelica because she was completely angelic. Even though she swears like a sailor, by the way. She swears like a sailor in her personal life, and individuality life. As a lawyer, she keeps it professional 100%. Well, not so much whenever she's sassy, but you know what I mean. But yeah, that's essentially Eden right there. That's why her name is the way it is. Perez. It's just the last name. I didn't really have an idea of what like, like I don't know why I chose Perez. I just picked it because I was like, you know what? Why not? I feel like I picked it because of Maddie from Euphoria. And by the way, I will not be watching season 3 because Trisha Paytas is in it. Allegedly, is what I heard. That Trisha Paytas is going to be in it, and I'm not watching that. I watched the first 2 seasons. The show's messy. I don't like the story. I originally liked it. Not so much anymore. I grew up, is what you could say. I grew up. But yeah, I think I chose it because of Maddie, and I still love Maddie. She's queen. I think I picked it because of her, but I don't really remember because I had Eden's name, previously, Elena Perez. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I essentially picked Perez. I don't know why. But yeah, Eden is my baby girl. I love her so much. And she could do no wrong in my eyes. And also with like Bruce's like villains and stuff, like Joker, Professor Pig, what's his name? Deacon Blackfire. And then with his villains, I don't want them to become her villains. Like, sure, she'll like get into a tussle with them every now and again, but she doesn't actively like seek them out really like Bruce does. Like, especially when he knows like they're planning stuff, something and stuff. Like, she lets Bruce handle that, but if he absolutely needs her, she'll like jump in. Like I was saying earlier. Like, she'll jump in if she's needed. Absolutely needed, because she knows that Bruce can handle herself. Bruce can handle himself very well, and she knows that. She does, and again, she does not want to coddle him. She does not want to baby him. Like, and I want her to initially be scared of her having feelings for Bruce. And I guess like one thing I guess I want for like their relationship to be too is I don't know if I want Bruce or Eden to fall first. I don't know, or maybe they could just like kind of come to the conclusion like at the same time. But I don't know who it like, because I guess I like the trope like she fell first, he fell harder, vice versa. And I don't know if like I don't know who I want to fall first in the relationship. I don't know if I want Bruce to fall first or if I want Eden to fall first, or I don't know if I want them to fall in love together at the same time. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe like once I write it, I'll like figure it out slowly but surely. But yeah, I do want to write it, and I want you guys to be able to read it, and I guess like the story and stuff. And if by God somehow someone like makes a little comic out of it, you will have my life in your hands. I will give you my firstborn child, stuff like that. But I don't think that's ever gonna happen. So it's just me projecting an unrealistic, like, projecting something unrealistic that would probably never happen. Unless you guys like Eden a lot. And I do plan to draw her more. Because I love her. I adore her so much. and I just want to like flesh her out so much more. I feel like I already have her like pretty fleshed out. Like, hello, I'm making 2 videos on Eden. So I would say I have her like pretty fleshed out, and yeah, but I guess I want her to be like completely written in a sense. Like, I just want her to be completely written, and then, you know, give it to you guys, and then, you know, and then just be able to provide you guys with Eden, and, you know, just hope you guys love her like as much as I love her. And then yeah, and then also I want her to have like a good relationship with Selena and Talia. Like, I want it to be friendly, and then I want her to know that they're his exes, and then she doesn't like hold anything against them or anything, because she's not that type of girl. Like, she's very much like, oh, you're Bruce's ex, okay, cool. Like, she doesn't care. She doesn't, like, she's very much like, okay, cool, you know, like, you're his ex, you know, fine, whatever. Like, she's just that secure in herself. Yeah, and like, she's very like confident in herself and her body, everything like that. She doesn't let anybody get her down, really. Like, if somebody just like is like, you're ugly, she's kind of like, okay, bitch, that's your opinion, but whatever. And yeah, she doesn't care if Selena, she doesn't care about his exes, low-key. Like, she just like, Selena and Talia, I want them to be friendly, but she doesn't really care for any of his other exes. Like, they're just kind of like, okay, like, they're a part of Bruce's past, cool, it's whatever. Yeah, she doesn't like try to be like, she doesn't like try to like get into their way and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like, she's very much like just kind of like keep like very much to herself, I guess, in that sense. Like, she doesn't like have any harbor any resentment or anything. Like, she's very like secure in herself, that she doesn't need to feel insecure about his exes or anything like that. And if Bruce so happens to spend his time a lot more with Selena than when they're together, like when they're officially like together, then she'll kind of be like, so what's up with that? And they'll have a conversation, because she's the type to have a conversation, and she'll hear Bruce out. She won't like immediately like leave him or anything like that. She wants to have a conversation. She wants to get this over with. She's very much that kind of person, even though Bruce doesn't really talk about his emotions or anything like that. And that's one thing I guess I want with them, is that Bruce can essentially like open up to her a little bit more, and like trust her with things, because of the loyalty she has, and that he knows she has. Yeah. Yeah, I want that. I want them to have a good relationship where they can come to that understanding and speak to each other, and just have like a good communicative relationship. I want them to communicate well. Yeah, because like, I don't want her to force Bruce to open up. I want her to have his trust, for him to be able to open up. Like, she'll like, if he doesn't want to talk about it, Eden will be like, okay, if you truly don't want to talk about it, we won't. But she's like, I want to have this conversation, and you will not avoid this conversation. We will eventually have to have it. Like, she's very much that, like, gives them sort of like that ultimatum. Like, we are going to have this conversation, and that's that. Yeah, Eden doesn't shy away. She's very like blunt. She's very honest. You know, as honest as she can be, especially with the vigilante life she's living. Yeah. I like adore Eden so much. I hope you guys know that. And I don't know, maybe I'll make some like merch of her to sell in my shop in the future, if you guys if you guys ever really love her. Because not a lot of people have seen my other video about me talking about Eden, but you know, it's okay. Slowly but surely I'll like build more art of her. Maybe she'll get more of a fan base or whatever. But you know, maybe it's a maybe that I'll make merch of her in the future. It's a maybe. Yeah, and I think that's it for what I can say about Eden's personality, really. Like, this whole video was essentially supposed to be about Eden's, like, personality and stuff. And, like, I just told you guys, like, she's loyal, she's attentive, she's a pretty woman. Like, I don't know. Like, she's just, I put so much thought and care into her. Like, she's perfect in my eyes, and I know that to you guys she might, like, she has some imperfections, like, I will admit that, but in my eyes she's very, like, she's my baby girl, and I love her so much. I feel like I wanted to say something else about Eden, but I don't know. I think I got everything down already. That I want to write her and Bruce's story, that I want to write a fic of her in Smallville. The fic of her in Smallville, I want it to be, like, after, literally, like, almost, like, right after her father's death. So you're gonna see, like, grieving Eden, because essentially, like, where I want Eden's story to begin, well, I guess it could start from the beginning, technically, but where I want to, start it with her is when she's already an adult and she's already grieved her father. Like, she's still, you're always gonna grieve that person, but essentially, like, she's not gonna be entirely emotional over it and stuff like that. She's just gonna she, like, I don't know, like, she slowly gets over her father's death, but not really. Like, I don't know how to describe it. And, like, I was grieving, and I'm currently grieving. Like, it's not gonna affect her as much as it did whenever it first happened. There we go. That's what I mean. So I don't want Eden's story to start there. I guess I want it to start, like, when she's already a lawyer, when she's already an adult, like, she has that. And, we'll just learn more about her previous life as the story goes on. As it's revealed, her adoptive mother is also a vigilante in New Orleans. And her uncle is one too. And she was, like, their, like, little sidekick and stuff like that, but Bianca always saw her, like, as a partner. Like, she never was like, oh, you're my sidekick and stuff like that. Like, no, she would include Eden as much as she could so that Eden knew the struggle of the life. And yeah, I guess, like, slowly but surely, like, over the story, I want her to just, like, reveal a bit, bit by bit about herself. Like, oh, how she got caught kissing a girl one time on the couch in the living room. Like, I want it to be very much like that, like how she got caught doing that by Bianca and stuff like that. Like, little stories like that, like, little stories that, I guess, like, quote unquote, make her seem more human. I guess is the best word to describe, to say it. But yeah, I just want I guess you guys as an audience to learn more and more about Eden, like, as the story goes on, and, like, her past and stuff. Like, I don't want to, like, I guess, like, keep that from you, or, like, I just want you guys to, like, know her in its entirety. And I guess I want you guys to see how perfect she is in my eyes. And then and I feel like I've described her, like, to be, like, so perfect and stuff, but it's also, like, she has her own trauma, she has her own stuff that she's dealing with. And I feel like I just described her so perfectly, and then it's like I know I need to, like, give her some flaws and stuff. I feel like you could already essentially, like, point out the flaws as I've described her in the previous video and this one, but I haven't outright, like, said, like, any flaws. I guess it's the fact that one of her flaws, she wants to date a white man. She dated a white man. One of her flaws. There we go. Well, Bruce is Jewish. because I I believe because we find that out because Kate is Jewish. I don't. I just remember. I know that Kate's Jewish, and I guess like the family's Jewish. I guess. I don't know where we find that out. Unless I'm just pulling this out of my ass. But yeah. But you know. One of her flaws, she's fallen in love with 2 white men in her life. And I guess I want her 2 ex-girlfriends to be POC. But I'm not sure which POC. I haven't thought that far. Again, I haven't fleshed this out completely. But yeah. As for hobbies, Eden, like outside when she's like home by herself, she does love to crochet. She very much like watches like horror movies as she does so. She'll listen to like metal music, listens to rock music. Hell, she has her dad's old cassette tapes. She brought that with her from New Orleans. And she'll put them on like in a cassette player and stuff that she's like kept for years. Like she'll like play his tunes and stuff just to feel that much closer to him. Like one thing Eden has truly will never get over her father's death, but it you know, it does get easier with time with grief and stuff. So she you know, she doesn't like cry anymore like whenever she listens to her father's music. Like at first she would cry for hours just listening to his cassette tapes. Now she looks back at it with fondness. Like she looks back at the memories that she had with him with like fondness, like not sadness like when he first passed. Like it was just fondness, like, oh, I used to do this with my dad whenever we listened to this song. Oh, I remember like the one time I slapped his cigarette out of his hand and stuff like that. You know, it's very much like that. Like, I guess one thing about Eden is that she's like too independent for her own good. Really, like even with her friends, like they know that she's independent and know that even like she doesn't really ask for help. You know, sort of stuff like that, really. Like she doesn't let anybody do anything for her, really. You know, she loves to do it herself. Yeah, she like I just think Eden doesn't want to bother anybody with her problems and stuff like that. And you know, she doesn't want to burden them with her burdens because she feels like she'll be too much. She'll feel like oh, you don't need to pick up like my slack because you know, and stuff like that. Like I guess I just want her to, I guess that's one thing. She's like hyper independent, and her friends will like force themselves to be of help. Like let's say she's doing something like completely hard that she absolutely does not need to do, and then her friend Freddie will just be like, let me do that. You know, or her friend Melanie or her friend Amy. Like I guess I have them technically not entirely fleshed out too. Like they're technically just gonna be side characters, and Eden is like the main character and stuff. But they're her friends. They're her friends that she loves and dearly will protect with her life, essentially. But yeah, yeah, hyper independence. I guess I'm just thinking of flaws right now because I'm kind of like, I feel like I just made her to be like too perfect and stuff. I just want her to have like some sort of like flaws and stuff, like not just like physically, especially like because she has her sunken in eyes. You know, she covers it all with makeup, by the way. Like she does her makeup well. Like her face is beat down whenever she gets out of the house, whenever she steps out. Only her friends really know what she looks like underneath all the makeup, and they don't care. And you know, eventually Bruce, he won't care either. Like he'll like see that she's half dead in nature, but ultimately he'll love her for who she is and whatever. Like does not care about her appearance and stuff. Like, and she's still cunty, by the way. She's still cunty. Yeah, but I essentially just want, I like, again, like I feel like I described her like to be perfect, and she's like And in my head, she's not extremely perfect. You know what I mean? So I guess I haven't like essentially come up with like flaws and stuff, but I guess like again, you guys can I guess pick out the flaws in how I've described her and stuff, and just be like, like, oh, like whatever. If honestly, if you guys have like little headcanons for her, if anybody has like little headcanons for her, I might just make them canon, like low key, like especially like with flaws and stuff and whatnot. Yeah. Oh, and then I guess another thing for Eden is that she still does her gymnastics and stuff. Like she still tries to keep up with essentially still tries to train her body and stuff, even though she technically doesn't need it, but she does it so that she could still feel normal. Is because that's really all she's ever wanted to be, essentially, like really, especially after with her whole accident and her coma and her father dying and stuff. She didn't want people to treat her like glass, is one thing. Even though she was technically just glass, she didn't want anyone to treat her like that. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's it for this video. If I have more to say about Eden, trust me, I'll make a video about it. Trust me. And you guys will know if I ever do write the story of Eden and Bruce. You guys will hear about it till no end. You'll hear all in my social media, all my social media down in the description, by the way. And there was one thing I wanted to talk about. Her absolute. Okay, so you guys know how we have absolute Batman, absolute Wonder Woman, absolute Superman. We have that whole absolute universe. I want Eden to be a part of that universe so bad, and I want to change the story, like how everyone else's story changed. I want to change her story. I want her to be okay. So she's still gonna be half dead and stuff, but she thinks she's dead, and I want to change the abilities a little bit that she has, because I essentially want her to think that she's dead and stuff. Well, I haven't really fleshed this out. I just know that I really want her to have like a terrifying design, like terrifying, like absolutely, like Poltergeist. You think Batman's scary? Poltergeist is who you should be afraid of. Like I guess in a sense I want her to be like a ghost, like a recluse, because Eden in I guess quote unquote like normal life, she's very much like a lawyer. She's very much technically out there. Meanwhile, absolute Eden is just a recluse. She leaves her apartment, whatever, she's still technically like a vigilante at that, technically. And why I say, and I'm gonna tell you why I say technically. And she runs a gossip blog, and nobody knows, and it's called Phantom's Whispers, and like it's essentially like Spectra, literally, in that sense, where I just want her to be like a little like gossip girl, like XOXO, kind of like that. I've never seen the show, but whatever. It's very much that, but she doesn't like. She just posts stories of people. Like she's very much like a news outlet, but better. Like she'll cover things that people don't want to get covered. She'll like, and I guess in the sense like that she's like quote unquote like dead and a ghost and whatnot, that she just kind of roams around, sees stuff, and then just like posts about it. And she has an audience. But she's very much like a recluse. She doesn't really talk to anybody. She just kind of minds her own fucking business. And yeah, that's pretty much absolute Eden. And in this universe, I don't think her and Bruce would be together, really, because in the absolute universe, he's already with Catwoman. He's already with Selina. By the way, her design is beautiful. His design, peak Batman design, and y'all cannot tell me different. I will not be argued with. I love that design so much, and that his bats, the symbol on his chest, can turn it. Oh! Anyway, but I literally want Eden's suit design and everything like that. well, technically she's gonna look like this all the time, but underneath she like, you know, whatever. But I want her to be absolutely like terrifying, just like you, like you'll think you see her out of the corner of your eye. You turn around, she's not there. It's very much like that, and I want her to be sort of like like I don't know how to describe how I see her in my mind, because like it would be easier for me to just draw it for you guys and show it, which I absolutely will draw and like show it to you guys, and you know, just like, there you go, have it. But yeah, like that's my idea for Eden in the absolute universe, if she was ever a part of it and stuff. Yeah, I just want her to be like terrifying. Like I want everybody to be scared of her because of like the shit she posts, the stuff she writes. She's just low-key roaming the universe, just kind of like writing about stuff that people don't want known. I like mainly she'll write about Gotham because that's where she's based in too. And the thing is, I guess I want her, like, okay, so you know that one girl, if you guys have ever seen the show Hannibal, you know that one girl that thought she was dead? I want it to be very much that. I want her to have that that disorder after the accident. Like I still want her to have that accident, but it's different. It's different. I still want her to have that accident that turns her into what she is, but she thinks she's dead. She has that mental disorder and she's half dead. Ooh, that's just like peak in my head. And she, you know, she roams around and stuff, and essentially like makes herself unrecognizable and terrifying because she does not want to be bothered. Solely that's the reason. Like she'll scare criminals and stuff without like completely meaning to. Like she just wants people to like leave her the fuck alone, really. Like but that's what I have in mind. That's what I have in mind for Eden in the absolute universe if she was ever a part of that. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. Lord. I will talk about Eden any time of the day. I love her so much. And I will flesh her story out more and whatnot. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this me drawing her suit and stuff. Because as I'm recording this, I still have not drawn it, but I can tell you 100% it's gonna be it was an absolute bitch. I'm seeing it in my head, seeing it from the future, and it's an absolute bitch to draw. So please support, please like. Like literally, I'm telling you right now, like I'm looking at the canvas and I'm just like, God, I have to figure out so much shit, and I have to make it look androgynous because that's Eden. Like that's Eden. Like she does not want anybody to know her identity. Like every orifice is covered. Like not even her mouth is out like Bruce's. Like she does not want a speck of hair to fall out. Like literally, she wants no DNA. Like she's trying to throw you off that she's the vigilante first and foremost. That's one thing about her. Like she wants every orifice covered, everything like that, you know? Yeah, she does not want anybody to know her identity underneath it. And she'll have like a voice modulator that makes her sound like the unknown from Dead by Daylight, which I do need to get back into. That's one thing. If anyone ever wants to play Dead by Daylight, I'm your girl. I haven't played it in a while, but I'm your girl. Yeah, that's it. That's all I gotta say. But I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to do all that good stuff, you know, whatever. If you guys made it this far, I guess leave another ghost emoji. Boom. All my social media is gonna be down below. My commissions are open. And the Discord server. Feel free to join it. And then I think that's it. I think that's it. Okay. Yeah. I will see you all in the next video of whatever I make. Love you, little lambs. See you guys later.